one thing that I was kind of thinking about as well with the FTR was like, is it the only American sports bike?
Would you say currently? I'd possibly say currently, until the Harley Bronx comes out.
Yeah, but as it stands, there aren't really sports bikes that you can buy from. Maybe like niche ones, like the Lightning. That's an electric one, and then obviously there was Buell.
Yeah,
but and probably
do you
some
class it massively as a sports bike though?
Yeah, it's a naked sports bike. I think I was quite direct about that when we first discussed who's it for. Like, I think you have to look at it that way. It's got fully adjustable suspension, Brembos with like braided lines, radial master cylinder. It's got an IMU. It's 1200cc, 120 horsepower.
Well, as a sports bike, then it doesn't feel like any other sports bike.
Of course not. No,
absolutely not.
But it's a performance-orientated bike. So
yeah,
a naked
and you can get a lot
bike.
of performance out of it as well.
And the only other sports bike, like you say, that's on the horizon out of an American company is the Bronx, which does look kind of similar. No, I don't mean, sorry, it doesn't look kind of similar. It on the spec sheet, it's kind of similar. So it will have Brembos. They've got those tires specifically made for them by Michelin. Do you say Michelin or Michelin?
I say Michelin.
I'm going to say Michelin.
Just brutalise it.
Yeah.
Michelin, yes. No, but they do. I think for the Livewire, they've got a collab with Michelin as well.
On the Brembos. Yeah. So I think on the Pan America and that sort of thing
they've got a partnership there somewhere.
It's also going to be water cooled because it's got that Revolution Max engine, although it's the smaller 900, I think, going in the Bronx. So
That'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't know whether it's going to be as fast then as the
FTR.
Yeah, the FTR.
No, probably not. But I wonder if it will be competitive with it, because it's got to be that's those two bikes are aimed at like American motorcycle buyers. From what I can tell in comments on YouTube, are very patriotic. Like, that's one of the big reasons they buy Harleys.
You kind of want to though, don't you? It's nice when says the man owning a Triumph. It's quite nice when
with the Union Jack radiator guard.
Yeah, seriously. But no, it's quite nice, I think, if you can. I don't think they would necessarily go hunting for it, but you don't want to be disappointed by your own home team, do you?
I'm just saying, like, there's probably some people who will specifically only buy Harleys or an American bike.
There definitely are.
And then if you want a sports bike and you want to buy American,
true. But you've got two options, don't you?
Now you've got two options. I just wonder if either of them is going to convert cruiser riders or tourer riders into sports bike fans or kind of naked sports bike fans, let's say.
It's going to get a bit. I think some people who want to go for the sports bikes are going to naturally go towards the European or Japanese market, I think, naturally, because they've been doing it longer. So I think there's still going to be some kind of elitism with that, maybe, where people think if you want to go for a sports bike, you have to go this way. But then there are going to be a few people who have a cruiser or have a Harley or an Indian and have bought into the brand, who then go, yeah, I've got room for a second bike, and a huge contrast to the first bike, whatever it might be. So you're going to get that as well. And then you are going to get some people who are just looking for their first bike maybe, or their only bike, who, again, there's just something curious about it that just sort of grabs them. And makes them go that way.
Yeah. Which one would you go for? Because obviously we haven't ridden the Bronx.
No, it's true.
Because they're not out yet and nobody's reviewed it. But like on paper, similar in terms of their setup. I would say the big differences are the looks, the brand, the size of the engine. It's probably going to be a few, 20 horsepower down.
Yeah.
What other differences can I think of? I think that's about it.
There'll be weight difference. You say price as well, maybe.
Weight's probably going to be... They haven't released the weight, I don't think, of the Bronx yet, but it's probably going to be similar.
It's not going to be light, though, is it? Sorry, Harley-Davidson.
It's not going to be like... is it the MT-07? And therefore, I assume the kind of bigger MTs. They're much lighter than other bikes in their segment.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that way. It's probably going to be that 220, 230 kilograms kind of area, which is the same as the FTR.
Do you know... So, okay, what I would say, and to touch upon another point with us again, if the Bronx handles somewhat similar to the Livewire, to throw a complete curveball in there, I would go with the Bronx, I think.
I wouldn't.
If it doesn't, then I would go with the Indian because, one, you're not going to see... Well, I don't know whether you'd see as many of them. You don't see as many Indians as you do Harley-Davidsons, at least in this country. And two, there's just something I personally quite like about that brand and that bike.
Wait, you just said you were going to go for the Bronx?
If it handles like the Livewire, although it wouldn't have the speed of the Livewire, I wouldn't have thought.
But why? All right. Why?
Because I thought the Livewire handled really well, and I think a lot of the proportions and the looks of it,
right?
It looks a similar, if not influenced, sort of shape as the Livewire. So maybe the proportions carry over a little. So maybe it handles that way.
I just think the Bronx is going to be less power.
Yeah.
Not that you need all 120 horsepower on our roads, but it's nice to know it's there. And I think the FTR is better looking.
Oh, yeah, I think that's... You can't argue with that, surely.
The Pan America,
I can't argue with it.
I actually like how it looks. I think I've said that many a time.
Yeah.
The new 1250 Custom, which is based on that engine as well, also looks great. The Bronx is the one out of the 3 new bikes that they've got coming where I'm like, I just don't really... it doesn't do it for me. It's totally subjective. I don't, not to criticize anyone who does like it. I think to someone's eye, that's going to look quite good.
Yeah, sure.
But I just think the FTR.
Yeah, out of the two of them, I think the FTR looks prettier as well. I think we're probably agreed on that. But again, some people might disagree.
Yeah.
Completely down to your taste, but it's a pretty bike, especially when you see it actually in the flesh.
Well, that's, people can look at YouTube to kind of see our reviews. But that's probably enough for now on the FTR. But yeah, overall, I loved it. I reckon anyone who fancies a little go on one, definitely, take a spin on one if you can.
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Crazy Horse. Very friendly, aren't they?
Yeah. No, brilliant place to go to.